Mary Meet, Annie here with an addendum to what this season feels like to me. It's an additional thought or two about this season and what it means to us. Sorry, I forgot to turn off my computer. The promise kept, and the promise made. And let me not forget the glorious release into the turning of who we are, who we're becoming, and especially who we are in relation to what is outside of us. It's about love, not the romantic love that may have been in bulk or even Astara. But what comes of that when you're totally blown away, washed away, taken away, flying on the wind that lifts you, and the wind is love and passion and connection and vitality and being with and being one with. I can't mention this season of Beltane without touching on the spirit of the rut, of the complete giving over to instincts, not analyzing, not remembering, not anticipating, just being in the moment and following your every urge. Oh, yes, of course it can be with a partner. But it can be as we lose ourselves in simple, total, and delightful play. Experience glorious moments of release, ecstasy, absolute joy in being. I have in my meditations for this month to encourage me to be with the power and the passion of love, the power of being the seducer and being seduced by life and by others. Lyrics to a song that is from Adam Cohen. And the song's name, which I forgot, is Love Is. There are many times in my life when love felt like his father's song, Alleluia. Something that was so poignant and yet so painful at the same time. Completely consuming, even as we knew we were being consumed, it did not want to be, we were. And then this beautiful Love Is that Adam wrote that acknowledges that the Alleluia form of love which exists within the wider experience of loving, but touches instead upon why we return, why we keep making a promise to love and to let ourselves be loved. Alleluia, the song, as I came to know when it originally came out, was not a hymn in the gentle, spiritual sense. It was a hymn to the lusty, overwhelming, sometimes powerful, sometimes damaging experience of giving in to the power of love. So I think Adam's song is a beautiful balance to that, the tender aspect of love. I think in the season of Beltane, both those possibilities exist. Perhaps in the moment of Beltane, it's the tender aspects represented by Adam's song Love Is, with the fiery, emotionally violent, totally overwhelming experience of love and sometimes loss being part of the fire which comes later in the season, represented by the lyrics of his father's song, Alleluia. So I wanted to share the lyrics of Adam Cohen's song with you as another way of experiencing, reminding myself, and then sharing with you what this time of year means to me. Love is Romeo and Juliet. Love is with other... Let me try this again, my friends. Love is Romeo and Juliet. Love is whatever you do with it. Love between a man and a man, woman and a woman. Love is doing what you should, doing what you shouldn't, otherwise wouldn't. Love is the most beautiful word that you've ever heard. Love is a line from Alleluia, Jesus, and Buddha. Love is a faded sign that you don't see sometimes. That's what love is. Love is. Love is a church that doesn't hate, a law that doesn't discriminate. Love is a slave. Love is a master. Love before sex and love after. Love is a curious thing. Love is the most beautiful word that you've ever heard. Love is a state, a place, a noun, a verb. Love is a faded sign that you don't see sometimes. That's what love is. Love is. Love is the most beautiful word that you've ever heard. Love is a line from Alleluia, Jesus, and Buddha. Love is a faded sign that you don't see sometimes. That's what love is. Love is. That's the taken away by the element of air, lifted up and totally experiencing the bliss and the joy and the wonder of being totally connected, being in love with life, with friends, with partners, with children, with animals, with the sunset, the sunrise, the moon and the stars. Complete giving over. That's what love is. The season of Beltane, those glorious days up until midsummer, it's about the passionate, delirious, mind-blowing experience of being one with in so many different ways. Another lyric that's actually part of my meditations at this time of year about the glory, the wonder of love, is one of the stanzas from the lusty month of May, the music from Camelot. It's May, that lusty month of May, that lovely month when everyone goes blissfully astray. It's here, that shocking time of year, when tons of wicked little thoughts merrily appear. The season always reminds me to get over myself, to get over my problems, to get over the darkness of the season just past, to give over to life, to the ecstasy of living. I talked in my other video about the promise that's being made all around us. Everything we knew would happen in the dark times of the year, the rebirthing of the world is happening. What about us within that? Are we stepping into our own possibility of becoming? Are we deliriously unfurling, budding, opening up to the increasing warmth? What are we allowing into our life that nourishes that and feeds that? Even what do we offer life from that very same place? The promise is renewal, rebirth, vibrance, vitality, vigor. So many words that could describe, in a way, getting lost within the oblivion of living, truly allowing ourselves to be taken away by the experience. No logical thoughts to interfere. Perhaps not even letting our wiser selves interfere. Going with it, going with the movement of it, seducing, luring into our lives what we want, and also allowing ourselves to be seduced by all the beautiful things in life. Giving over to merry, wicked thoughts. I wanted to add that as a second part to my YouTube Pagan Challenge video on what the season feels like. Ecstasy, release, giving over, opening up. Not just opening up to possibility, but taking it in, becoming one with it. We're becoming the promise of ourselves, especially that aspect of ourselves which we revisit this turning of the year, that knows no boundaries, that doesn't let anything or anyone define us, that just gives in to emotion and urge and desire, to joy, that'll get up and dance for no reason, or sing loudly with all the windows rolled down in our car and not be embarrassed. We pull up a stoplight and there's someone next to us listening. We just sing louder then. Everything about the season of Beltane is about abandon and freedom and stepping into possibility with no worries or concerns, just celebration. So I especially, as I bid you farewell from this video, offer you a reflection on the mirth aspect of my usual sign-off. What brings you great joy? What can you do to step into your joy? What's holding you back? Release. Let go, fly on the wind through the season of Beltane. Merry part.